So I've been teaching this field close to 10 years. Good afternoon. Welcome to my kingdom. This is Santa Monica High School Auto Shop facility. I am Mr. Ruvalcaba, the auto shop instructor, and I'm gonna present to you what we're doing in this beautiful facility. You can see we have an enormous amount of engines. We have different suspension components, things to allow these students to get some experience with hands-on, okay? We also offer these kids the high-end scanners that we use towards diagnosing vehicles. We consider these scanners to be student-friendly. And then, of course, we have our master scanner that we use when we're diagnosing anything from motor, tranny, anti-lock brake system, so on. So this is the kind of stuff that we use with these students and in order for them to prepare them for industry. Here we have our AC snap-on hybrid machine, something that these kids get an experience on the level 2 and level 3 course. They're able to take this experience and apply them either in their own vehicles or as they are trying to move forward in industry. To my right, we have a state-of-the-art John Beam alignment machine, which allows these students to understand their vehicles and suspension, and I give them a hands-on visual experience with the vehicles that are here at the shop. So this is that John Beam alignment machine. This is the Smog Dotty A+ smog machine. This is that's part of the Bureau of Automotive Repair. This facility itself has the license to do smog and repair. So I'm implementing my field experience into the classroom towards these students. This program here is sponsored through CTE, Career Technical Education. So we want to make sure that these kids get an overall good experience of what industry is all about. As you can see, there's numerous engines that we work with and allow them to take engines apart, pistons, horsepower, and we do have our tire balancer machine here that allows the students to give them their hands-on application on balancing wheels. I have a total of 6 bays, so the shop is fairly adequate for what we need for these kids. This building itself has only been constructed for the last 3 years. It's a new building. And this is my lecture room where these students come into class. They sit in their assigned seats, and this is where the knowledge begins. My theory always begins from these type of textbooks that are here. They're ASCCA certified, A4, A1, A6, A5, and this is how they are able to understand what is going on in their vehicles. This is the whiteboard where I put different type of assignments, lessons, standards, objectives, but not just that, but we also have tables that I have for hands-on visual examples. I don't necessarily have to go to a car. I have these great units that allow us to give these students a good visual example. We have numerous different repair manuals for them to go back and get resources depending on that unit. These are some of their lab reflections. Every time we do a unit, being from the brake, from the AC, emissions, they have to draw the component, do a depict image, and give me a paragraph or two in regards to what I covered and what they understood from that lesson. We have these computers where students are able to do research. They're able to take tests, quizzes, and exams. I have windows all around where I can see what's going on outside the shop for the safety purpose of my students and myself. With this whole pandemic, I'm teaching them through Zoom meetings. We meet online. All my kids are still there. I have a total per class about 30 young adults per class. I got a mobile computer on a cart, so I use it to move around so that I can try to at least give these kids some partial hands-on, even though it's through Zoom. I'm teaching per day 3 to 4 classes. I have a mobile mic, so when I'm walking around, my mic is Bluetooth and it gets the whole shop. So when I'm working on an engine or suspension, they're asking me questions and I'm responding as I'm demonstrating those components and moving around the cars. And they love it. This is why I'm here every day. Because these kids, they tell me, Mr. I'm glad you're moving around with these cameras because it makes me feel like if I was actually at the shop. And I said, definitely. Brake system setup here module. This is allows the students for them to see what the emergency brake light might be if it turns on or off. On the resurfacing disc, on maybe on the rear brakes or drums and so on. So I try to give them as much experience as possible. But what I do, I team them up in groups of 4 to 6 on their Zoom meeting, and they're called breakout rooms. And then they start helping each other out. And then I'm able to visit each breakout room. I might spend 7 minutes on one breakout room, then 3 minutes on another one, ask for questions, understanding, and that way I allow them to communicate, talk. So the state ASC test for these kids are something that we're offering for the level 2 and level 3, where I implement different lessons through the ASC program to prepare them to and enhance their skills so that these students can pass these exams and get a certification once they graduate this high school and start working at a local dealer, at a local business or whatnot, or maybe open their own business. Whatever the case may be, they have a better foundation in the field of automotive. I let them know this is one of those classes that you don't just take and forget. You take, you learn, and you take with you from here to the rest of your life, because you're gonna drive a vehicle. We network with other businesses, with like Dave being one of Dave's Automotive. Through Zoom meeting, on my advance, we first researched what these CVT transmissions on these newer vehicles. This is from a 2016 Nissan Rogue. Transmission was already bad. I had 2 cameras in different angles, and I had students. This was a unit that we spent about 2 weeks, and then they were guiding me how to remove it from what I had taught them 2 weeks. So they were telling me about what type of bolts I was going to remove, the type of wrenches, the sizes of the sockets, what I needed to do, and when they would get stuck, I would stop too. Learning environment for these kids.
Here I do career day at the school here. I've done that for many years. I've been here since before Rene with other instructors, but Rene now has turned this shop around. I'm happy to be a friend with Rene and helping with his classroom and his program. One of the most important things, the reason why we're here, is on behalf of the ASCCA, which means Automotive Service Councils of Southern California. We're all looking for technicians. There's a huge demand for certified technicians. And that's another reason why we're trying to support this program, so that we can get some talent that's young and help us to repair these high-tech cars.